Cellular respiration starts with glycolysis. So to begin glycolysis, a 6-carbon glucose enters the cytosol through facilitated diffusion. 2 ATP then react with glucose, adding a phosphate group to each end. This creates fructose 1,6-biphosphate. This then splits to create 2 glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate molecules. After this splits, assume the following steps happen to both molecules. NAD+ reacts with the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Hydrogen is then added to create NADH. After that, 2 ADP reacts to make 2 ATP. This happens twice with both of the 2 glyceraldehyde 3-phosphates. This creates a total output of 4 ATP, 2 NADH, and 2 pyruvates. Keep in mind there are 2 pyruvates, so this happens to both. Carbon dioxide is removed from the pyruvate. This creates a 2-carbon molecule called acetate. Coenzyme A binds with the acetate to create acetyl-CoA. Coenzyme A then brings the acetate to the mitochondrial matrix, and this begins the Krebs cycle. To begin the Krebs cycle, an enzyme combines acetyl-CoA with a 4-carbon molecule called oxaloacetate. Coenzyme A is then removed to create citrate. Enzymes remove 2 carbons from the citrate to create 2 carbon dioxides. This also changes 2 NAD+ to 2 NADH from the hydrogens being removed. After this, oxidation occurs and 1 molecule of FADH2 and NADH are formed. The energy released creates ATP from ADP and a phosphate. The products of this cycle are 6 carbon dioxides, 8 NADH, 2 FADH2, and 2 ATPs. Next, we move to the electron transport chain. NADH and FADH2 bring hydrogen to the mitochondrial matrix. Here, the hydrogen atoms are broken down into protons and electrons. Electrons are transported through the ETC from the electron transport proteins, where oxygen is released and creates H2O. The energy created by this transports protons from the matrix to the inner membrane space, and this creates a proton gradient. Protons travel down the proton gradient through ATP synthase. This creates energy which synthesizes ADP to ATP. The electron transport chain creates 34 ATP and H2O as a byproduct. Overall, cellular respiration takes 1 glucose and 6 oxygen, and it creates 6 carbon dioxides, 6 H2Os, and 38 ATP.